Good day, everyone. You're tuning into the Weekly Conjecture podcast hosted by Cardicle Picky, which is me. On this week's episode, we're going to dive into the complexities of teenage social media usage. I'll be the first to say that I'm no angel when it comes to social media use. You can catch me on my phone at least a couple hours a day. It's a fun pastime, what can I say? But at what cost am I using social media? How does it affect adolescence? Is it good or is it bad? Healthy or not, or unhealthy? Does it have an effect on the parents? And furthermore, are there steps we need to take as a society to regulate usage? Let's talk about it. There are obvious negatives that are easily pointed out when it comes to social media, such as devastating consequences of cyberbullying. According to the government website dedicated to bullying, among students ages 12 to 18 who reported being bullied at school during the school year, 15% were bullied online or by text, which is terrible. Myself, I've never been cyberbullied, fortunately. However, I've known kids who have been, and I've also known kids who have cyberbullied. It's bad for both parties. In this same vein, however, lots of kids have felt empowered on social media. CNN reported in 2014 that 1 in 5 teens said social media makes them feel more confident, compared with 4% who said it makes them feel less so, which is a stark difference at first glance. But I suppose the outcome of social media use depends on who the user surrounds themselves. While the kids explore social media, what do the parents think? Interestingly, parents do indeed use social media, but for completely different reasons compared to us younglings. Their use is much more information and learning based. Social media is a tool to them. The Pew Research Center conducted several studies of which they have found that 79% of parents who use social media agree that they get useful information via their networks, and 74% of parents who use social media get support from their friends there. Much more wholesome, wouldn't you agree? Parents are much more inclined to be nice on social media, more community-minded. I suppose that plays into their maturity compared to kids. Above all, whether social media is good or bad for kids or adults, are there steps that need to be taken to regulate its use? Personally, I don't think so. Social media should be self-regulated by the user. It's easy to turn off your phone. However, BBC News made a report of governments attempting certain regulation. For example, the EU has decided that social media platforms would face fines if they did not delete extremist content within an hour. Or comparatively, Australia established an e-safety commissioner who held the power to demand social media companies to take down harsh posts. Even with those regulations in place, would we see a change? It's simply too hard to tell. As we conclude this discussion, think of what is best for you when using social media and go from there. It's indecisive to say whether or not social media is good or bad for kids and adults and whether or not it should be regulated. It's most important to remember to tread with caution and enjoy the internet. This has been Cardicle Picky. Have a good day, y'all.